Hey everyone, this is going to be a collection update video. This is going to be everything that I bought in the month of February 2018. First I'm going to start with the anime that I got this month and move on from there. So this month I got, as a Valentine's Day gift, thank you, I got Dragon Ball Season 2. This contains like 32 episodes, I believe. It's like the last set ended with the beginning of the Red Ribbon Army saga, so this set continues that. When it comes to anime, I mostly watch like 98% of it in Japanese with English subtitles. But occasionally with shows like Full Metal Alchemist, Cowboy Bebop, most of the Studio Ghibli films, and a few random series here and there, I will watch them in English. And Dragon Ball is one of the shows that I've been watching in English, just because that's how I remember watching it growing up, and that's how I enjoy it the most. So, aside from the dubbed songs, they dubbed the openings for this show, and they take a little bit of getting used to, but they're not completely horrible. But yeah, really enjoying Dragon Ball. The first set was awesome. I got this as a gift for Valentine's Day. Thank you again. Um, really happy to get this and hopefully get the next set here soon. Um, I got Sailor Moon S Part 1. I'm almost done with Sailor Moon R, which is season 2. Um, I will have a review of that up probably at some point in March. But yeah, this set part 1 came with a slipcover, so hopefully the second part will come with a slipcover too. S is probably I used to say it was my favorite season, so we'll see how it holds up. I haven't watched it in a really long time, so we'll see how it turns out, and hopefully it'll be just as good as the first two have been. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have a review of Sailor Moon Season R soon, so look for that. And also next month I'm going to be starting a monthly Studio Ghibli review. I'm going to review one Studio Ghibli film each month, and I'm going to start with ones that I haven't seen yet. The first one I'm going to do a review of is My Neighbor Totoro, so look forward to that. I also got Alien Defender Geo Armor Kishin Corpse. This is an out-of-print series that was released by Pioneer Geneon back in the day. I paid $11 for this off of eBay, which is a really good price for this. It's a 7-episode OVA series. It involves aliens and giant mecha, and it looks awesome. So I'm really glad that I was finally able to add this to my collection. And then another series I got, I upgraded the DVD collection that I had previously. I had the Viridian collection, which had a little bit of shelfware. I ended up giving that collection to my sister, and I upgraded to this anime classic set of Kitty Grade. I really enjoyed this series back when I watched it originally, so I'm glad that I can finally upgrade it to a better looking case, and save some shelf space for it too. This I paid like $21 and some change for, so not a bad deal for this whole series, which is like 24 episodes. It it is a little predictable in the beginning, but around episode 9 or 10, there's some really bigger plot developments, and I really enjoyed the character. So I feel like this is a little bit of an underrated series. It's not the like best series ever, but it's actually pretty good, and it doesn't really get the attention it deserves sometimes. I think it was animated by Studio Gonzo, so the animation is really good, and then the story gets really good later on too. So watch Kitty Grade. And then not directly anime related, but it is an animated series that I bought on DVD. It's a television series, Aeon Flux, the complete series. This box set is like really nice. The creator, um, Peter Chung, he was involved with, like, I think it's called Reign the Conqueror, and he's just been involved in animation a lot. The set's really, really nice. Like, the cover art is really awesome. It has the episodes listed on the back. The inner case is pretty cool for a lot of the discs. Disc 2 and 5. Just the back with the episode listing. Disc 3 has like the original pilot short and the little shorts that aired on MTV's Liquid Television. I remember watching this when I was younger and really enjoying it. Just a nice DVD set. The box itself is really cool. Like the eyes like kind of popped out. Like you can feel it, or you can feel like the eyelashes and stuff like that. So it's a really cool set. And I paid like $13 for this whole thing, so that was a good bargain, I think, for all this quality and like the content itself. So that's pretty awesome. So yep, Aeon Flux, and I'm probably one of like 3 people in the entire world who actually enjoyed this movie. I've had this movie for years, and I really actually like it a lot. I heard it doesn't really follow the series itself per se, but I enjoyed it. It's like a female action star kicking butt. It's sci-fi, you know. A lot of people like it came out around the same time. A lot of people compare it to Ultraviolet with Mila Jovovich, the girl from the Resident Evil films. And I thought that this movie was a stronger, with like a kind of a similar, setting. I thought this one was better. So, not saying it's the greatest movie ever made or it's like, a masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination. But Aeon Flux, I thought, was a decent sci-fi action movie. So, it'll be interesting to see how the animated series um, compares in relation to the film, because I saw the film before I saw the animated series. I did see a few of them when I was a little bit younger, the animated shorts, but I can't really remember them, so it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. I'm gonna do my. I'll go to my comic books next because I didn't get as many of them as I did last month. I have a massive DVD update, massive movie like update, so I'll go to those last because there is a ton of them. So my first comic that I got is Sword and Sorcery Amethyst Volume 1. This is from the New 52. It's kind of a little mini-series. It's like 8 or 9 issues. It's a reboot of a little bit of an obscure character from the 80s in DC called Amethyst, so it's like a fantasy series. It came in pretty great condition. I bought this used off of eBay for like $16. Which was a little bit more than I wanted to spend, but it actually arrived in pretty decent condition. There's like a little tiff on the little scuff on the spine and like on the bottom corner here. I think there was a little cut, but it arrives in pretty good condition, and I'm looking forward to reading this. It's actually a really thick trade too. So, and then also from the same seller, I got. These are in pretty good condition. They had some stickers on the back that I was able to easily remove, and just some little minor things here and there on the covers. But I got this is Marvel Now series, Black Widow Volume 1. The artwork looks awesome in these, so I can't wait to read these. Black Widow Volume 1, Black Widow Volume 2. These are all from the same seller, like I said. And then I also got from the same seller Black Widow Volume 3. This has the entire run of the series. It's like 20 issues, so I got all that. And I paid about $20 for the 3 of those together, so they were about like $5 to $6 a piece. Well, no, I paid about $7 for each one actually, so it was about $21 for all 3 of those. And then I got this off of eBay as well, brand new for $10. It's the Catwoman Volume 1 New 52 series. I've heard some pretty decent, some like average things about this series in some parts, so it'll be interesting to see how this series turns out. I've been wanting to read this for a while. I love Catwoman. I also got from the 2006 to 2011 Green Lantern series, the fourth Green Lantern series. I got Green Lantern: The Sinestro Corps War Volume 1. Um, I have the 3 volumes that take place prior to this, and a little mini series that takes place prior to this as well. So it'll be interesting to read this once I get to this point in time. I started collecting this series because it actually takes place before the new 52 continuity Green Lantern series. So I wanted to collect this because I like a lot of those series from like the early to mid 2000s that took place before the new 52 boot started up. So it'll be interesting to see how this series turns out, and then I'll eventually get around to collecting the Green Lantern New 52 title. I got this book off of eBay as well. Or I think I got this off of Amazon. It wasn't listed as an ex-library book, um, but it ended up being an ex-library book, and I'm not too fond of those because of like various stickers and markings inside of the books, and the spines and things like that. But I mean, it does have some damage to it. It's a Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes adult education. This is the fourth book in the three-booted Legion of Superheroes series. It's the second one to feature Supergirl in the title. Um, the second trade to have her in the title. Um, so it'll be interesting to read this. There is, you can see the sticker here on the spine, and there's some like damage to the front that I tried getting off with some like sticky resolvent stuff, but I don't know if you can see it on there, probably not, but there's like some sticker residue on the front that still won't come off. But I paid like $10 for this. If I can find it cheaper and in better condition somewhere out in the wild, then I'll definitely upgrade it and give us like my little sister or something like that. But it could have been a lot worse, and it came in pretty, decent condition. Even like I like that the binding is like it's like a hardcover almost from the library. What they did with the library where they cover it with like plastic stuff or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see how this series turns out. And the book actually arrived in pretty decent condition for being an ex-library book. So I can't really complain. It was only $10. And then I got the next volume in that series, which is Supergirl and Legion of Superheroes Dominator War. This is like the 5th volume and the third to feature Supergirl in the title. With this series, like the first 15 or 16 issues, it was just called Legion of Superheroes, and then around issue 16 or 17, Supergirl joined the series, so they added her name into the title. So people can get a little confused about that. Eventually, the title it reverted back to just Legion of Superheroes before the series itself concluded. I have the first 5 volumes now. There's about 8, so I need to get the 3 remaining volumes at some point. Then the final book I got this last month, but I forgot to include it in my updates video last month. It was a belated Christmas gift from a good friend of mine, and it's the Umbrella Academy Apocalypse Suite. This is the first volume. There's a second volume that contains some more issues. Um, Gerard Way is involved with this series. He's if you don't know, he's the lead singer from a band called My Chemical Romance. So I'll definitely get around. I've read a little bit of this. It's really interesting. I like the artwork, and it's really cool to see. It's supposed to get some sort of, I don't know, like Netflix series or HBO series or something along those lines. I don't know if it's going to be animated or what, but this comic is really interesting, and I will have to get the second collection when I have the chance and finish reading this one, of course, because it's really really interesting, and it's a Dark Horse release. So most of the stuff I got this month was DC and a few Marvel, and now I got that via Dark Horse. So my next part of my update is going to be all the movies I bought on DVD. A store that I like to frequent a lot just to add more movies to my collection, find some like hidden gems and things like that. I go to the store called Big Lots. You can generally get DVDs from them from around $3 to $5. You can find some older releases, some newer stuff, some stuff that I've never heard of, and they turn out to be really great. You can also get like TV TV season sets for around $8. They do have some Blu-rays there and CDs and things like that. It's kind of like an overstock closeout store. Sometimes the DVDs will have like slashes through the barcodes or things like that, or they'll have like an additional sticker over the barcode, and then there's a special barcode that they scan that's specific to their store. So looking at my receipt, I got 13 DVDs and I paid $47.04. So, that I consider a really good deal. So I spent under $50 and I got 13 movies. The first movie I got is this movie that has Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal in it, and it's called Prisoners. Sorry about the glare from the packaging. I wanted to see this for a while and I paid $5 for this movie. It looks really interesting. I like the cast in this one, so looking forward to that one. And then another movie I got, I paid $5 for this one. Great movie. It's called Chappie. It also has Hugh Jackman in it. Another one that I paid $5 for. It's a good kind of like off the beaten path a little bit sci-fi action movie. The main character is this robot or android or whatever called Chappie, and I recommend watching this one. Good movie. And then another movie, this DVD online tends to, you can find it trending at like $20 to $25. It came out in 2016, I believe. I think it's streaming on Netflix right now, so you can check it out there if you don't want to invest too much money into it. But I found it on DVD at Big Lots for, again, $5, and I couldn't pass it up. It's the Korean horror zombie movie called Train to Busan. $5. This is a great movie if you like, zombie movies and you don't mind reading subtitles or like Korean movies. I recommend this movie, Train to Busan. This is one that I've already seen a lot. Some of these I've already seen before, and some of these are ones that I wanted to check out. I just didn't, physically own them already. So another one I got has Nicole Kidman and Colin Firth in it. It's called Before I Go to Sleep. It seemed interesting, like a mystery. It was $3. And then another one I got, it's a horror film that I wanted to see. It's called Vinian. And it was $3. It'll be interesting to see how this movie turns out. I liked the lead actor, Rufus. I'm probably going to butcher his last name, Rufus Sewell. He's the main actor who's in one of my favorite films, Dark City. So it was interesting seeing him in this. He's known for playing, aside from Dark City and I guess this movie, he plays a lot of villainous roles. He plays the main villain, one of the main villains in The Man in the High Castle for the Nazis. If you aren't familiar with that show, check it out on Amazon. The Man in the High Castle, and he played I think the main villain in the movie A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger. So he gets typecast a little bit as a villain sometimes, but it'll be interesting to see him in this kind of like horror movie that nobody really knows about. I hope it's good. And then an actress that I don't particularly like all that much because I'm a huge fan of the show Friends, and she's my least favorite friend, and that would be Rachel. Sorry to all the Rachel fans out there, but she's my least favorite friend. And that is the film with Jennifer Aniston in it called Cake. It seemed interesting. It was only $3. Felicity Huffman is in it. From Desperate Housewives, William H. Macy, Anna Kendrick, Sam Worthington. So, it's like a dark comedy drama, it looked like. I figured I'd give it a chance. And then the next film I just kind of bought solely on the title alone because it looked really funny. But it actually got really decent reviews if you Google reviews for it, like on Rotten Tomatoes and whatnot. And that is a movie starring Mel Gibson called Get the Gringo. I'm not lying, that's the actual title of the film, Get the Gringo. It's like a prison movie. He's in some sort of like Latin prison, Mexican prison. So it'll be interesting to see how this one turns out. I hope it's actually good. Like, can't be fun probably. It's Mel Gibson. This was like around his, I don't know, Meltdown era. When did this come out? Like 2011, so maybe a little bit after his little Meltdown era. So I like a lot of older Mel Gibson films too, like the Mad Max movies and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how this turns out. I'll have to do a review of Get the Gringo. Let me know if you want me to do a review of that one, and also let me know what Studio Ghibli film I should review next. Maybe we'll see how that works out. Let me know in the comments. And then I also got Come See the Paradise. It was released the year I was born in 1990. It involves like interracial couples with World War II. Like an American falls in love with a Japanese American woman, and she's sent to like a camp here in America for Japanese people. I believe that's the main storyline in this one. It seemed interesting. Never heard of it before. I like World War II movies. Movies not necessarily focusing so much on the combat aspect of it, but more like um, the suffrage of the Jewish people and the concentration camp view and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see how this one was. I think this one's actually a little bit on the longer side too. It's like 2 hours and 13 minutes, so it's not too long, but it seemed interesting. So, and it was $3. Can't beat it. And then another film I wanted to check out for a really long time. It has Sigourney Weaver in it, and I love Sigourney Weaver movies. It also has Cillian Murphy, Elizabeth Olsen, Toby Jones, and it has Robert De Niro in it actually too. It's called Red Lights, and it's like a paranormal investigation type movie. Um, them trying to defraud some guy who claims to have like spiritual connections or special powers or something like that. It was $3. It's like a horror movie. Looked interesting, so I'll see how this one turns out. And then a movie that is sort of like a classic, a cult classic. I've never seen it before. I've never really had much of an interest in it, but I found it at Big Lots for $3, so I decided, why not? I'll give it a try. It was Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey, and I found this for $3. So if you're a fan of this film and you don't own it, find your local Big Lots. They might have it. $3. It seems interesting. It's like from 1968. I like older movies too, and this one's actually like 2 hours and 28 minutes long. So this one's like 2.5 hours. I also got this movie starring Maggie Gyllenhaal. This one was reduced quite a bit. It was called Won't Back Down, and I paid $1.88 for this, so I paid less than $2 for this DVD. I'd heard of this film before. I had actually gotten some promotional material for it, like some flyers and like a tote bag for it at some sort of like movie theater giveaway or something. It seemed interesting. I like some of Maggie Gyllenhaal roles, so I figured I'd give it a try for under $2. I mean, if it sucks, I only lost $2. And then another movie I got with Maggie Gyllenhaal is this one called Sherry Baby. It actually has gotten really decent reviews online. It's like sort of like a drama about a woman who has like a criminal past. So another $3 movie. The $3 ones are like movies you never heard of, but they tend to, for me personally, they tend to turn out to be actually really good, like hidden gem movies. So, and then another popular movie I found there, which I didn't own on DVD, and it's probably my favorite in this trilogy, is Back to the Future, the first film, and I paid $5 for this movie. The first one's my favorite. I tried to see if they had the second and the third ones there. I didn't find them, so I'll have to track those down eventually, like online or something. But this is my favorite one, probably followed by actually Back to the Future Part 3. I do like the second one, but I like this one and the third one more than the second one. A lot of people don't like the third one, but I like that one. But yeah, this is the best one right here. $5. Can't beat it. So yeah, that was a lot of movies I bought this month, and I only paid like $50, under $50 for all those films. And then one little random other thing that I got this month, collectible wise, was I got this Deadpool Tervis tumbler cup. It's pretty cool. I have a few other Tervis cups. I don't drink out of them. I just collect them for the collectability behind it. I have 2 more that are actually Pokemon related. If you don't know if you can see, it says Out of the Way Nerd. This was originally $15. It was on sale for $5, and then I got an additional discount on it, so I only paid about $4 and some change for this cool little cup that I can probably put next to my Deadpool Funko. So, interesting little cup. Not the biggest Deadpool fan, but I mean, it's Marvel related. He has ties to the X-Men. It was $4. Couldn't beat it. So, eh. So anyway, that was everything I bought in the month of February 2018. Let me know what you guys bought this month if you want to. Let me know in the comments if you've seen any of these movies or anime or read any of these comics. And or just if you want to say hello, let me know. Alright, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.